Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning's going great. We got the flamingo, cup of coffee, and we're moving. So we had a great day yesterday. Now yesterday, I give myself off like one day a week, but not really taking it off. That's why I do my Tuesday series, and it's the 52 weeks because there's not, and I also film like my Bible ones that day. I film my shorts that day because it only takes me a little bit in the morning, and then I spend a couple hours editing. So that gives me like a break, because on the other days I usually film most of the day of what I'm doing, you know, in between here and there, and then I edit. So it just makes a longer day, but I usually do that Tuesday, and it kind of gives me a break. So yesterday I got done real early and Greg was home, so we went to the beach and it was so nice. So we had such a great time. We just went to the beach on Sunday, which was great. And so we took the kids. Brooklyn was off, so we all went to the beach. So we ended up going to the Shark Tooth Beach, and it was, we went on Sunday, it was really, like, the waves were out of control. Well, they were much calmer, and we saw a post online that said lots of shells and lots of shark teeth. And so they took a picture because the way the waves had brought it up on the shore, there was a ton. So I was like, oh, that'll be way fun. And so we went, but did not put into consideration all of the seaweed that would be washed up. So we were like, so there was an awful lot of seaweed, so you couldn't even really get in the water without going through that. Now myself, like, I know there's ocean creatures in there. I know there's manatees. I've had one come up on me. I've seen the horseshoe crabs. I've seen a big crab. I've seen fish. I saw dolphins. I know there's wildlife in there, but if I'm not, like, when I walk out there right away, if I don't see anything, it's okay. But as soon as I see something, even if I hear it, it's like, no big deal. But if I actually see it, it makes me go, okay, get out of the water. So when we went, and it was all over the algae, there were these little crabs, and they were just attached, and they were little. They were like this, I mean, this big on the little grass stuff. And so I'm like, okay, one, okay. But then as I was out there in the water, you know, the seaweed gets up on you, and then the crab's right next to you, and I'm like, ugh, I'm done. I'm so done. And so I knew there was crabs all over that, so I was not about to go in the water, but I ended up just sitting on the shoreline, and we do a competition with the kids. We say whoever can find. I think last time we did who found the most shark teeth. And then this time we did who found the biggest shark teeth. And so the kids, they were kind of like, they weren't really into the water because it's gross. I understand. But Steven sat down with me, and we literally sat, there was like, it was just like a whole shelf of shells. Like just like usually where the waves go up, I mean, all the way down the beach. So there was just millions, billions of them. And we literally sat in one spot, and Greg was out in the water looking. He had only found a few, and I started looking. I was literally finding one, two. We just kept going. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're literally, you just scraping the shell pile. There were so many in there. So Steven came down and sat by me. He didn't even move, and he was just like scooping in this little tiny hole, and he found like 20 teeth, and I was like, oh my goodness. So it was good. So he won the largest because I think he was the only one that participated with myself and Greg. But he did good. So then after we looked, we stayed maybe an hour, and then we're like, let's go. And the beach sand was so hot. I have never, it's got the black mix into it. So it's like, what is it, quartz or whatever it is? Oh my goodness, I didn't, Christine got me some beach shoes. I did not wear them. And I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll go barefoot. I've walked in the sand before. It's hot, yeah, I get it. But this time it was like burning. Like I had a little blister on my foot. I was like, oh my goodness, it was really hot. And so, I mean, I think it's triple-digit temperatures this week. And so definitely toasty. So we stayed like an hour. We walked all the way down when we went back, and then walked up where there was more people, so you could like stop under their umbrella and stuff and get the cool sand. And then we left, and we got in the car, and we went to our regular beach, Longboat. We haven't been to Longboat to swim yet. We go, and Greg and I walk there all the time. That's like our favorite beach to walk on. Beautiful. And we kind of go in the water a little bit, but not swimming. So we went and swam, and it was so beautiful. So I took a little bit of footage here. Let me show you. Longboat Key. The water, amazing. Amazing, amazing water. Look at, there's a sandbar out there. So the waves, when you're out in the water, you hear the waves crashing out there because they're stopping out there, and there's just a little bit up here. It's clear. It's all the sand stuff here. The grass, it's warm. Oh, there's a fish jumping. But it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. What a great end to our day. Beautiful. We had an amazing time. Found a couple of sand dollars and a couple of shells here, but this was gorgeous. Great end for our Tuesday. There, you can see the people out there. Look at them out on the sandbar. That's so crazy. So it's awesome. Birds. Gorgeous. Alright, time to go home. I got there. The difference between Autumn, she reminds me of myself when I was younger, and so she got to the shark tooth beach and she was like looking at it and she was like, I'm not going in there. Nope, not. It was just her facial expressions. So we got to the other beach and she just stepped out there and she's like, ah, so nice. And I said, I know, it was so nice. So we were out in the water and it was great because they had that little, it was weird because you could go in the water, be underwater, swim and see everything. And then there was like there was the sandbar. So the waves were crashing on the sandbar. And then it was making so much noise out there versus up on the shoreline. So it was beautiful. We stayed for a few hours. It was so nice. It was like the best beach day. I told Greg, I said, okay, we need to come here for sure, like more, because we usually go there a lot when we walk, and then we always do Shark Tooth, because Shark Tooth, it gives you something to do. It's like you can go to the beach, you can swim, but you can like find stuff and look for stuff, and there's a lot of shells there. At the other one, there's not as many shells, but it's just beautiful. The water's clear, and it's just so nice. So we did that all afternoon. Got home at 8:30 last night. It was a good day, so I was tired. I slept in today. I don't even think I got out of my bedroom until 8:30 this morning, so I'm like, good day. I didn't take poor Maxine for a walk, so I put on the chore list. We gotta play with Maxine for at least 10-15 minutes, like throwing the ball to her outside so she gets her exercise, because we did not do that today. So I'm like, and then I'm thinking, I gotta do a lot of food. I have to do some kind of food where we're not low on food whatsoever. There's lots of stuff to grab. Last night, we made Jared's casserole. Look, Maddie made Jared's casserole. We just pulled the sausage, the kielbasa out of the freezer. She cooked that, heated it up, basically cooked pasta, added that with tomatoes and Alfredo, and it was delicious. We had that. I think I made a BLT. Greg made a little omelet. Easy. So it was just a good day. So I'm like, I know in the refrigerator there's a lot of, I woke up this morning thinking, what am I going to make today? Because I know I have a lot of vegetables to use up. Like I have the cauliflower and some cabbage that's going bad and broccoli. And so I just woke up, had my cup of coffee, and I started pulling stuff out of the refrigerator that needs to get eaten. And I'm like, okay, sat down, I read my scripture. We're reading through the book of James, so I read James chapter 3 today, and then made a list. Then finished that, and then made a list of like all the things we're gonna make today. Went up to the freezer, looked and saw what we had, then made the list. And so I'm like, okay, we got a plan today. I got a plan of things to use up, things to make, so we can have some good food today. So you ready for an amazing cooking day? It's gonna be a great food day. Make some food, have fun. It's my day that I usually leave earlier, but like with the kids, they have to run in the afternoon, but Greg is home today, so hopefully he'll be my runner, or I'll get done and then I'll be able to take him. We'll see how life goes. And even if I have to stop, I can stop and take him and then come back too. We'll see how life goes. So we're just gonna get making food. So are you ready for an amazing day? All right, first thing we're gonna do is make more bread. We are loving homemade bread. It's a staple. All of my kids have been winners on the homemade bread. They all absolutely love it. So I'm like, I will not have to get bread anymore unless I want to, like for something quick, or I'm just didn't feel like baking, or to make my life easier, whatever works. But I'm trying to get 2 days a week to do some baking. So we have a whole loaf still over there, but today I will focus on sandwiches, and that will get done. So I'm gonna make some more right now, so we have enough for the next few days, which is awesome. So I'll do 4 loaves. That seems to do a good number for us, for the amount that we need. So I'm gonna get my ingredients out and we'll put it into I love this. A lot of people have asked, do you love your dough mixer? I love my dough mixer. I love my dough mixer. And they said, is it better than your KitchenAid? I don't have a KitchenAid. I have what do I have? I'm not even sure what the name of mine is. It's back there. It's not a KitchenAid, but it's similar. I can't even think what it's called, but it did have a dough hook. It did have a dough hook. When I got that years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it's been a long time, I was not doing a lot of bread. And the ones that I did, like my pizza crust, because that was the only thing I really made with dough. So everything else we bought. So when I kind of weeded things out, it was one of those things like, who needs a dough hook? Because I don't use it. I'm not big to keep attachments unless I actually use them. So I got rid of it. I know it only takes up a little bit of space, but if I kept everything and every little piece of everything, I'd have a lot of stuff. And we already have a lot of stuff. So I got rid of it. Well, now I'm in my baking era, as the girls would say. I'm in my baking girl era. And so I'm loving making bread stuff. Like, that's my new favorite thing to do. And so I did a little bit when the kids were little, not very much, because there's a lot of kids, and baking, I feel like you don't have to be completely there, but if you're gonna do a lot of it, you kind of have to be on it a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So we've been doing our own bagels, we're doing our own breads, we do our hamburger buns. Haven't made hot dog bun yet, but they would be the same. And then pizza dough, bagels, pretzels, breadsticks, all those good things. And we love them. Requested, love them, they're absolutely great. So this, I got the dough mixer because the hook, you couldn't just buy the hook. And in my mind, I was like, it's only gonna be so much in that mixing bowl. And so this is big. And so I linked it in my Amazon store. It's awesome, very awesome, because you can pretty much just throw everything. If I just wanna throw everything in there and not worry about it, it'll mix it up. Sometimes it leaves a little bit, the dough will get a little bit chunky if you're doing a bigger amount, where you just gotta kind of knead it a little bit, push it down. But if you kind of put the liquid in and add your flour a little bit slowly at a time, then it makes it up really well and you don't have to worry about it. So winner on this, definitely if you do a lot of baking, I would get it. If you only do a little bit, I wouldn't bother, because it's just one more appliance in your kitchen you don't need, and you can do most everything by hand. And so for me, I can just let this mix everything up, and I can just kind of go about doing my day of everything else. And it also does a ferment setting. So right here, if I put the lid on when it's done, it can literally let the dough rise. So positives on this for sure, absolutely love it. So let me get my water, I can turn my water on, get it warm, get all my ingredients out, and we'll make this. Okay, for this bread recipe, what I do for 2 loaves, I do 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of yeast, and 1/4 cup of sugar. Mix that up. It doesn't have to sit that long because it's instant yeast anyway, so you don't have to really wait to activate it. You can, I don't worry about it. Put my cookbook over there. And then I'm gonna add in there 2 teaspoons of salt. So into here, there we go, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. Would you like when your salt has pepper in it? 2, I'm doing double because I'm doing 4. And then I'm gonna add oil in there. I just use this because I got this at the discount store for cheap. So it's 2 tablespoons, 1, 2 for 1. That's for 2, and then I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna add my flour. So it is 4.5 cups flour. I like bread flour. You can, or check your thing. In my Sam's Club, I can have it delivered. I can't get it at the store, but I can get it ordered and delivered. So I get my bread flour and I get my other regular flour delivered to my house. Is it 25 pound bags of it? So that works good for me. Okay, let's turn this on. Okay, a little rule of thumb here. Whenever you're making dough and sometimes you add too much to it, know that you can add about half the amount it says without it getting like too much. You know what I mean? So what I do is, this is 4.5 cups. So I would add 2 cups and then let it mix and not worry about it. Let it mix up real good till it kind of dissolves, and then slowly add your next dough. So whenever I'm making, because dough, for me, it's not always an exact. And I know you should measure and all that stuff. I don't. If people that do, awesome, the bread probably turns out exactly perfect every time, but as a busy mom, I don't. So I do have a scale right there. I could go get it and measure it, but I have never done that. And I understand it's a science and it would work out, but for those that are just quick and have to get things done, let me tell you, just do half of the flour, let it mix up, and then add your next one slowly, kind of sprinkle on top, let it mix in. Same thing if you're doing it by hand, slowly add it in, then you won't work, and you don't want your dough super hard, you want it soft, and so just to get the sticky out. So, okay, let's keep adding. All right, I'm supposed to do the bread dough and then do something while that's mixing up, but I didn't. But I got my stuff out. So what I'm gonna do now is, I have cabbage. I think I bought 3 heads. We cut 1 into coleslaw for hot dogs. We don't have any more hot dogs for the month. We just got those for 4th of July. So the only thing we did was do slaw dogs. And I feel the time before the last, none of it really got eaten. This time, didn't even get touched. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna make that anymore. That's gonna be marked off the list. No more slaw dogs. I think my kids are moving from Southern to Florida kids. And I guess Florida kids just have ketchup and mustard or whatever they have. I don't even know what they are. They don't all put the same thing on. Some put chili on it, some put canned beans. That's like a Michigan thing, I think, for myself. So, but anyways, I won't be making that anymore. So I bought cabbage. I'm trying to think what you know what I bought it for? I just realized. I just remembered I bought some. I was gonna make the ramen cabbage salad. Do you guys know what that one is? I wonder if I should do that today. Should I do that? Let me look that up real quick. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna make this. My mom would make this, and it's literally cabbage shredded, green onions, and almonds. You make the candied almonds. You can put in, but we do like the candied kind, and that's so good. Or actually, this recipe is candied almonds, sesame seeds, ramen noodle packet, and then you make a dressing. I am gonna do that. Okay, so I have 1.5 heads of cabbage to use up. I have one in my refrigerator still. It still looks good, so I'm gonna leave it in there. So what I'll make with it, I'll make half a head I'll use for Chinese cabbage salad. The other amount I will do cabbage vegetable soup. It's delicious and yummy, and we love it. It's like so simple. You can freeze it, and it's just, I like make it. I'm like, this is so good. Why didn't I not make this often? But there's a couple kids that have learned to like it. It's one of my favorites. I just realized I had some in my freezer still, but that's okay. It freezes well. I'm not worried about it. I like mine more full of stuff, so we usually add cabbage, and I will be putting frozen mixed vegetables in there. It's just diced tomatoes and some spices. I've got roasted garlic here that we made from the discount store a long time ago. So, and then I'll chop an onion. So in my massive chopper here, I will just put the cabbage through there and the onion and just chop it up. It'll be good. So I washed the cabbage up. Let me cut it up so I can put it in here. Okay, so this is very simple. I'm literally gonna put this all in a pot and just let it cook down. So I'm gonna put my cabbage in here with the onion. And then I'm gonna add a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. I just got a whole lot in there. I don't have to worry about cutting that stuff out. Right there. And then I'll add my garlic in there. Use these up. I'll put a couple in there. Oh, probably I'll use that for my other stuff. And then 2 cans of, or just one. I don't think. Do I need 2 or what do you think? Let me see how much water I can add here. I bring over here, and over here we're gonna do a bunch of things. I'm going to turn this on, and I'll add all my spices to it. I might do 1 more can of tomatoes. Let me see. For my salad, it's slivered almonds. I like cashews. How many cashews are there? Okay, I just wanted to kind of measure. Half a cup. Okay, so it's a 1/4 cup of sugar and half a cup of almonds normally. That's all I have. And I'm just gonna heat this up. You're gonna have to stir this, it'll get candied like. So I'll put this right here. And we'll heat up, I gotta stir it constantly so it doesn't burn. And then this, let me get some spices out. Okay, this one's simple. I'm just gonna add, you don't really need to add more onion, but the more flavors, the better. Onion, Italian seasoning, and I've got some garlic pepper. I'll add that in there. And then usually it's chicken bouillon. I'm gonna add tomato bouillon to it. That's why I think I don't need the other tomato-y. You want it kind of thick. We like it a little bit thicker. Add the other tomato. I'm like sitting here looking at it, I'm like, no, add the tomato. 2 cans of tomatoes, I usually do. Okay, that's better. Much better. We'll just let this boil, do its thing. And this we're just gonna continually stir so it does not burn, because it will burn. And this over here, it starts to, like, the sugar gets melted. See how it gets a little bit wet there? So it's almost there. So you just wanna be by it so it does not burn. This is just gonna boil. So constantly stir it as much as it takes longer. Okay, they look like that. Now cashews are gonna be a little chewier than an almond, but that's okay. You use what you got. So I just need some paper. I'll do some parchment paper and just put on there to cool. Okay, another thing I'm gonna do is a cheesy broccoli soup from my cookbook, my original cookbook, and from this cookbook as well. Creamy broccoli soup in here, very simple recipes for homemaker, mama, woman, whoever. So I'm gonna do this one. I have broccoli to use up. So I'm thinking I will do onion in the machine here, chop that up, and then I will do a carrot through that. I like carrot because it gives a little bit of the orange color in there. And then I'm gonna saute that with some butter, and then I'll add flour to make it thick, and then we will add chicken broth to it. And then I'll put my broccoli, I'll chop it up, put it in there, and I have that can, the homemade cheese sauce that I remember we made that winner all around. So I'm gonna see how it does now after it's been made, sit in the refrigerator, how it does like in place of like canned nacho cheddar cheese. So where I'm gonna do that next, and then I'm just gonna keep on rolling. It's gonna have a little bit of cabbage in it because that was in the bottom of the chopper, but that's okay. And you might add a little bit of salt and pepper while you saute it. Okay, let me chop up broccoli while that is doing its thing, sauteing. Then none of it goes to waste. I put the stem in there and chop that up real tiny. So we'll just saute this over here with this. And then we'll add some flour to it. And it will be very good homemade soup. Oh, where's my spurtle? So good. Then you can also freeze this soup too. Broccoli soup freezes as well. You know, we had fun when there's lots of dishes out on a Wednesday morning. We did our dishes last night when we came home after we made food, so that's why everything's out still. Usually we put it away, but I did not last night, so we'll have to deal with dishes in the background. I'm gonna get my regular flour out as well. So however much butter you add, I usually do a little bit double the flour. So I did a 1/4 cup of butter, so I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of flour. It's just to absorb all that fat in there so it thickens it. This is perfect, so this, stir it so it's all absorbed. Perfect, okay, I'm gonna add my water. Actually, let's add this. We're gonna add chicken broth bouillon. We are gonna add all our broccoli veggies. And then we'll add our water. I'm gonna add just enough till it covers it, kind of. And stir that around. Oops, how do we get that chunk in there? Should I put that through the chopper? Big chunk in there. You can always use the immersion blender as well. Okay, so this is gonna cook down. I'm also gonna add some paprika. I like that for a little bit of kick in there. And then we'll just let this come to a boil, cook, and then we can move on to something else. Let's see how this is doing. Good. It's perfect. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. This is boiling, doing good. I'm gonna put cauliflower in here. I bought 2 heads. Battery died, so I bought 2 heads. Now they were kind of getting a little yucky on top. Just cut off the yucky part. You'll be fine, I promise. I don't think enough people have had to go through where they can't just waste it, throw it away. Because when times come, they're starving, or you need to make sure that you don't waste the food, just cut it off, you will be fine. So that's what I did to this here. So I did 2. I was gonna do 1, but I looked at the other one, it's looking yucky. So I'm like, I'll just put it all in here. So I'm gonna put it in the food processor, let it chop up. This I just mix with salt and pepper and garlic powder. And actually, I'll probably put my roasted garlic in there and bake it in the oven. I really like it. I guess it would be like cauliflower rice. I bought cauliflower rice before from the store, and I always thought it was very like frozen, and I didn't really like it. I was kind of like, it was very, I don't even know, just not good. When you bake it though, it makes a nice soft flavor. So it's not really real cauliflowery. So I can see why cauliflower rice is a hit. So I will use this, and then I've got some chicken meatballs. Remember those meatballs I made? I'm gonna bake those along with this because I have to use these up as well. And then I will have meals for myself for the next few days, or lunches, whatever, along with soup and whatever else. We'll have more, but I just wanted to be able to use this up. And if I don't eat the cauliflower, you can put it in the freezer and freeze it solid. I've done that too. So I'm thinking I'll put a couple carrots in here because that was really good. And then that'll be good. And just put it right through here. And I'll do an onion as well. Okay, so 3 things. I've got 3 9x13 pans. One's gonna be the veggies. I'm gonna spray the pan first, put salt and pepper and garlic, and yeah, I think that's it. And then mix it up. I have 2, I'm trying to think, I've got like 2 little squares of this. I'll probably try to mix one inside of it. The other one I'm gonna cut spaghetti squash in half, put it in there, put some water in there so it kind of steam. So I'm just thinking I'll just do garlic powder on that one because I have to want to put it in the shell. This will go in my little rice dish. And then the other one, I will put the meatballs in there. We'll put it all in the oven, bake it. That'll be good. Our bread will be done. We can keep moving. Okay, back over here. So this is good and bubbly. I'm gonna add, usually use creamer. I'm just gonna add milk to it, or not creamer, I'm sorry, like cream, heavy whipping cream. I've done that when I had some. I just did not like the heaviness of it for that soup. So I'm gonna add, it's eyeball for me. It's 2 cups broth, 2 cups soup. And then this is the cheese, right? Yes. Just make sure it's the cheese. So let's add this and see what it does to the soup. Because it's that aged cheddar cheese too. Let's just, do we add all of that? Let's just add all of it. Probably doesn't be too much, but I won't add any shredded cheese. Because basically it's all in here. So instead of being a little bit orangier, it's gonna be whiter because of, that's why I put the carrot in there and the paprika. Just because it was different cheese. But that, my friend, is gonna be good. And that one's already boiling down. Things are in the oven. Doing great. Let me pick this up. That's a winner. Easy, done. So that's good. This is boiling. This is pretty much done too. I'll let it do a low simmer and then I'll kind of cook it a little bit softer. But 2 soups done. I think our bread is ready to form into loaf in the pans, and then we'll keep moving on. The bread dough, I'm going to take it. It's all, oops, nice and fluffy. I'm going to take it and divide it into 4 pieces, and then I'll put it in bread pans, cover it, and let it rise. Okay, so then tonight I thought I would do hamburgers on the grill because I have all this food, yes, there'll be a lot of food. I'll probably be eating like the cauliflower rice, that kind of stuff. I'll be eating that. Soup is just gonna be lunch. We'll have it for the next long little while for lunches and that. So we got those little individual slider meat, remember, at the discount store? So I was just gonna do hamburgers, but I'm like, why don't I try this and see how it is? I don't know, they're little. So that's gonna require me to make a ton of little hamburger buns. So in this cookbook, I've got my hamburger bun recipe. But you don't have to get the cookbook. I'll just tell you what it is. So into my mixer, I'm gonna put a cup and 2 tablespoons of warm water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, a 1/3 cup oil, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 1 egg, and a teaspoon of salt. Kind of mix it up, let it sit for a second, and add 3½ cups of flour. So I was gonna do double package. So do I do extra? Decisions. Let me do double. I'll double this because this would just make enough for like 1 batch. I'm gonna do 2 packages. The sliders look like there's like 4. There's probably like 16 in one side. So let me do double because we can have them for the next little while. That's no big deal. So I'll double this and put it in here, and then we'll be continuing on. No need to mix your wash your mixer. I'll just add right to it. All right, something else I have is celery and carrots. Carrots I got not this past time, the time before. So I'm gonna get all the skin off and cut it and put it in containers here with a little bit of water and just rinse the water out each day or so just to change it so it stays good, and celery. So then we can grab it out, make some carrot and celery sticks, something easy to do. So that'll be good. And then we'll get those done. And then I think the only other thing is to mix up the salad. So be yummy and delicious. the other vegetable was a cabbage head that has to be used up. I'll just leave this in the refrigerator like this. We'll pull it apart when we make our burgers. Okay, we are moving right along. All I have left to do is the hamburger buns and then cook the burgers outside as well, and make dinner. We're gonna cook, I found like tater tot patties in the freezer, so we'll use those, but I'll bake those later. I'm doing good for time. I wasn't thinking I'd be done by noon, but I am getting done. The meatballs, I completely forgot to like grease the pan because chicken and turkey do not have that much fat, so I just poured a little bit of olive oil in there, and then it loosened and it kind of cooked under the meatballs. So those are almost done. That stuff's cooking. The bread is almost rising. I'll just take out of the oven and put those in when they are done. I'm gonna make my salad up. This is one of those dishes you don't want to put together until you're actually gonna eat it. I remember growing up eating this. They call it ramen noodle salad. I think Chinese cabbage, it's delicious. It's so good. So it's cabbage, half-head cabbage, green onions. I went out and got those, and then you took your candied almonds right here, but these are cashews. And then you take a pack of ramen and break it apart. Put that in here, not the salt, not the powder, and mix it together. Then your gravy. It's not your gravy. It's your dressing is going to be 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a cup of oil, 3 tablespoons of vinegar, and half a teaspoon of pepper, and the ramen noodle package. Now in your salad you can add sesame seeds. Now I'm gonna use, remember my salad supreme I made? I think I'm gonna use that, or I know I'm gonna use that and put that in there for a little bit more added yummy flavor. So mix it all together. Do not put it together if you're not gonna eat it right away. I'm gonna have this for lunch because I feel like that sounds good with some broccoli soup. That is delicious. I forgot how yummy it is. I like the extra yummy with the salad supreme on there. So again, this is not gonna stay well. What it's gonna do is the ramen's gonna get soft. So if you don't break that up and have it be completely separate, when you get a big chunk like this, it'll kind of be smushy ramen. And then the candied almonds get a little bit that way too, but this is very good. Winner. Okay, doing great. Just gotta do my hamburger buns. That's it. We made so much food today. My goodness, we have lunch here. Soup's on to put in containers, stick them in the refrigerator or freeze, probably refrigerator because we'll use them for the next few days. And then I'll have bread. We'll do grilled cheese or ham and cheese or turkey and cheese sandwich, whatever they want to have for some peanut butter jelly, whatever they want. And they can have soup with it as well. That'll be lunch with our carrots and celery. We'll cut some up individual, whoever wants it. And then dinner tonight will be burgers on the grill with the buns, which we'll make. Out cheese, and I have lettuce. We got really good pickles, all the good things. So great day. It's 11:15, so I got done actually really good for starting late because it was what, 8:30, almost 9 when I started. So not bad for sleeping in kind of day. So let me just pick up my mess here, wait in the buns, continue with life. Okay, those are gonna go in for a half hour to take the other food out because I'm using both ovens. I could double layer it, but with bread, I don't wanna like put it too high to the top so it burns. So we'll bake that for a half hour and put it back in. All right, that oven on the side, I took out my meatballs. Let me show you. Hold on, pan's really hot. These are good, I know they're gonna be delicious. Let me show you what they look like. Right here, these are good. I'm gonna put these into a container because it's gonna be like grab and eat. Look at those. I know, unless we gotta cut one into one. You gotta know how they are. I don't even know how they taste. I know they're good. I've had many versions over the years, but this is the chicken and turkey. It's got Parmesan and spinach. It's super hot. Super hot. Let's let that cool for a minute, then we'll eat it. I'm gonna put that in a container. There's broccoli soup. Got myself a little bowl here for lunch. I'll put that in a container and just keep moving. I put the rice cauliflower over here in this oven because it's open. Bread's cooking. 24 minutes, good to go. Okay, the meatballs are good. Definitely chicken and turkey. Plain, they're good plain meatballs, like just good. So what I'm thinking is like that with my little rice cauliflower or with the spaghetti squash. We can put a little Alfredo sauce if we want. So next thing's like, I want some of that. This is good. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator and still got bread going. Stuff. And the soup, I'll probably put some soups in a container. And hamburger buns are rising. We're doing great. All right, how are those gonna turn out? We'll see. I did not feel like rolling them all perfectly and making them smooth. I just smashed them down. I feel like they're gonna be just fine. I think there's 24 mini ones in each pack. I tried to count them. So we'll see. Some might want to do double decker. I guess we'll just kind of see, but whatever we got over there, I just kind of took them and smush, smush, smush. The bread's almost done. I think I can do my spaghetti squash, like get it out of the carcass, not the carcass, but the outside of it, and then wipe up, put the soups in containers. I am doing so good. Time is ticking away, but I'm almost there. Spaghetti squash, wonderful. And I feel like you've let it cook longer. I took it out of the oven because I need my oven for bread. And it's a little bit tender crisp, what is the word? But it's still good, delicious. This will go, and we can have that with chicken meatballs, a little Alfredo, or just garlic seasoning alone, which is great. Now all I have is my rice cauliflowers in there. Rice cauliflower, you know, chopped up cauliflower is baking, and then I just gotta get the hamburger buns in, and that's it. That's it for my food. So I'm gonna take a break right now. I'll show these when they're done, because kids are gonna come down and do chores, so we can head on out the door. Alright, so I'm gonna have to head and take the kids and drop them off. These are the hamburger buns. Not bad. Like, I didn't even do anything. They're not perfect looking. Like, you can see their flaws, but like, they still turned out exactly what I need. So, we'll be cooking those on, I got one more batch there, but we'll be cooking those on the grill later. I'll show you how all that looks. And then, there's Maxine, she's like, Mommy? Kids play with her inside the ball catch for a little bit. This is the rice. It's so good. It's just steamed and nice, yummy. I'll let that cool. I'll put that in containers. I'll just grab some and eat it because I'm a bulk eater. So I really, that's the word. I heard a lady, she's like, a volume eater. She's a volume eater. So she likes to wash what she eats, but she's a lot. So I'm like, I am more of a bulk eater as well too. So that will be good to have for that. Let me check on the hamburger buns. Use the thermometer. If it's like 190, you're good to go. I just take some butter, rub it on top, put it in a container. That's gonna be our buns. We have a lot of them, so we'll see how the burgers do, and if I have to freeze them, I can freeze. Thank the Lord for getting things done in time. It's 12:30. I gotta take the kids and go drop them off. I'll come back. I'm gonna edit for a little bit, and then we'll make dinner on the smoker and the things. I'll show all the good stuff. It's a great day. I'm gonna go in the pool today because it's beautiful. So perfect. Let me show you. Look at this. The buns right there. The bread. And we got all these. Good day. It is so gorgeous outside. Oh my goodness. It's the weather. Amazing. Amazing, amazing weather. Just because we had such yucky weather last week. So I've been editing, came back down, and I threw the burgers on this smoker. So the only thing I noticed, because they were at the discount store, is the hamburger, since they're formed in patties, they wanted to kind of break apart a little bit. So I smashed some, like on my pan, and some I left whole. I put it on the smoker so I don't have to worry about it, because I'm like, I want to be able to edit and work and not babysit it. That's why the grill, I don't like it. The grill is one of those things, you gotta stay out here and watch it. That's fine. Like Greg was grilling hot dogs for 4th of July, and I'm like, you love that. Not me. I would put it on the smoker and just like be able to run up and down the stairs and do 10,000 other things, and then that way nothing burns. So me, I like the smoker. So that's where the burger is. So I just put them on there, and we're just cooking them. And then we'll have those little buns. That'll work out great. And I'm like, this is awesome. So like I said, we'll see how they get eaten, or if they get eaten or not. They're fine. It's just the texture was a little frozen. So these ones I tried to smash a little bit, obviously, and smash completely. But at least a little bit of kind of good part. But they just literally cook like a hamburger bed. So I'm like, good enough. So I am just going to continue cooking these. I don't know if that's going to be too bad being thick or not. I'm not sure. We'll live and learn. I've got one more pack in the freezer. So we'll see if nobody likes it and we're like, we like the regular burgers from Sam's, then I'll just take that and smash it all up into hamburger. That's the beautiful thing. So I'm gonna close today's video. I'm not gonna show you the completed slider because it's 3:30. It's gorgeous outside. I want to finish. I gotta edit. I got a bunch of editing to do today. So I'll be upstairs working for a while, and then I have to run kids to church tonight. So it's good. It's been a great day. It's been a really good day today. So thank you for watching, coming along, all the wonderful food we made. Loving it. I just got some more of the ramen salad. It's so good. So good. So you have a fantastic rest of your day. Come back tomorrow. I know we got to do more stuff. And we'll probably make some more foods. We'll see. Something. We'll see. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.